Hi folks, this is just a quick video demonstration of the UX for this pull request. We're adding support to the questionnaire control so that you can either have the APL in blocking or non-blocking styles. It's important because when you're not blocking, there is a chance for data races. So you have to make a decision between a less intrusive UI and the risk of data loss, or blocking the UI and making the user wait a little bit but getting better guarantees that all of their inputs will be recorded. So let's have a quick look. The code is available in the Ask SDK controls in the demo folder for questionnaire. In the index we see a little skill that creates two questionnaire controls, and they ask simple questions to do with a sort of health type scenario. Do you have a headache? Do you have a cough? The important bit is down here when we're configuring the APL, we say that we would like to use the questionnaire controls built-in APL. We're going to use the default ask a question document, and we're going to configure it. There's a few choices of things that you can configure for this default. You can ask to change the title, the subtitle, the submit button text, and whether you want to see debug information. And there is this setting, which is the new one for this pull request: radio button presses block the UI. The default is true, but we can set it explicitly. So let's see what that does. I have a local debugging target which will run this skill on my dev box, and here is my skill console. I've uploaded the interaction model. I have a little demo skill sitting here, and I could say open controls demo.
Welcome. Do you frequently have a headache?
And here's the basic questionnaire. If the user interacts with the APL using touch, you'll notice that with the current setting, when they press something, all of the little buttons become grayed out and don't accept inputs. And also, if it takes a while, there's a little wait indicator over here. This just waits until the previous button click has been fully processed by the server, and then it's safe to give another input. You can check what's happening by looking at the debug log. In the debug log we see that this health screen control is currently tracking a headache, choice equals no, and a cough, choice equals no. And you'll notice that that lines up with what the user's seeing. So this is the good behavior that you get by waiting for blocking. Let's change the option to non-blocking. Make sure that we are compiling. We've got the watch running, it's compiled, it's happy. Restart local debugging. If we can, we stop it, start debugging again. Alright, and let's try the skill with the new setting.
Welcome. Do you frequently have a headache?
So it's the same basic template. This is just a variation. You'll notice when I interact with the APL, all of these other input widgets remain available. There's no indication of how long the server is taking to process something, or when it's safe to press another button. And the reason why these things race is that Alexa service doesn't serialize user events. In some situations that's not going to be a problem though. If you think the user is going to spend on average more than, say, 1 second thinking about their answers, then you might prefer to just have blocking turned off so that the user doesn't get bothered by it. If there is a good amount of delay between answers, everything is fine. And we can see that by looking at the state in the log here. We're tracking that headache has a choice of yes, cough has a choice of no, which is exactly what the user is seeing. But if we press buttons in quick succession, there's 2 user events that are racing, and after everything stabilizes, we can have a look at what the state is on the server. Headache no, cough yes, so that one seems to have worked out okay. And let's have a look here. You'll notice that the server is now tracking headache as no and cough as no, because 2 events raced and the result of one of the events essentially got overwritten. So now the server thinks that the user selected no for both, but the user sees something different. So there's the risk. If the user presses buttons quickly, events can be dropped. That's the demo.